Kayak in Texas. That is. This is Steve. You're talking with Ty on Kayak in Texas.
I'm Ty, and welcome to Kayak in Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kayak in Texas. I've got my good buddy Steve. I call him Chicago Steve on the line. You may have seen him in another Kayak in Texas episode with the Malibu X Factor. Today we're doing a Lake Conroe review. I used to live on the lake with Steve. Steve still lives on Lake Conroe, and we've killed some hybrids out there.
Right now, it's pretty slow. Water temperature, the cold fronts have been kind of making their waves through. I think the water temperature is about 55 degrees, 56 degrees. You can still pick up the hybrids if you're trolling. You can definitely get out there and troll, and if you're trolling, some of those humps on the main body of water, cruising over those humps with, that crankbait and even running a rattle trap behind a kayak, you're going to run into something. I'm from Chicago, and one of the, main ways of fishing up, in Lake Michigan for some of those salmon is trolling. So we used a lot of, those planer boards and all that good stuff, the downriggers. And I didn't really do much trolling when I moved down to Texas. I'd been out there a few times and didn't really, know how to get out there and what I was doing. And the idea came up with you on Lake Conroe and running those rattle traps, behind the kayak. And that one spring, we just slaughtered them. And it's been fun ever since.
Once we would find them, though, we'd go to soft plastics. Oddly enough, a speckled trout, redfish soft plastic, the Conroe minnow, and white.
Yes, sir. Conroe minnow was a killer. And to have a whole tackle box full of those or a whole kayak full of those, that's all you needed because they would destroy those things.
Yeah, like the Bass Assassins in white kind of thing. And they would just nail them. And once we found them trolling, that was it. Usually we found them on humps early or late in the evening.
Right.
Yeah.
And when they get in that feeding frenzy, the best part of running into those schools of striper were the evenings where it was like glass out there. You'd see him busting, and I'd whip out a Sammy, one of those, walk the dog, top water bass lures, and the game was on.
A lot of fun.
They would just destroy that. It was great.
The topic for today is hybrid striper on Lake Conroe. We're in dead of winter. When's the best time? I know early spring was good, right?
Early spring, I think we started the real, active parts that we ran up against was late March and running into, April. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm hoping that we get some more rain. We've had some pretty good rain the last few days, but the lake is about 2.5 feet down. And, getting some of that fresh water in, I know that'll definitely help out. But if it doesn't, then you just adjust to it and do it. I'm hoping that water temperature, gets up to that, I would say, high 60s, low 70s. That's when I remember them being pretty active.
They like it a little colder. I guess I've found. So the key to the hybrids again is water temperature about what, Steve?
I would say that in probably looking at the high 60s, low 70s on water temperature. Early morning, before that sun breaks. If you're out on Conroe, one thing that we picked up on is if you're looking at houses along the shoreline where there's some flat area or some shallow area,
right.
Look for those lights that stay on all night because that's where they tend to run to in the morning. And then after the sun gets up and it's up for a little while, they'll shut down. You'll still catch them, but you might not be in a frenzy. You might have to spread out a little bit or go back to the trolling.
Well, there you go. There's the lowdown on hybrid striper in Lake Conroe, Texas, just north of Houston. If you haven't seen my fishing show, 30 Miles Out, you can check it out right here on YouTube or go to 30milesout.com.